Hey, what's up, guys? Mike Patrick. In this video, I'm going to be talking about universal basic income. Okay, now I'm gonna get started with this topic by I'm gonna say, look, the reason why there are a lot of people who have an issue with something like a universal basic income is because what it does is, guys, it makes people feel it brings all their insecurities to the surface. Now, you've heard me talk about in the past how what makes you you and what gives you value is what's in here and in here, and I guess even physically, right? Your physical attributes, what makes you valuable or attractive, right, to another person. Okay, and for a long time, right, society has created a situation for itself, right, where a lot of the best are not necessarily in the middle. They're not necessarily at the top. You have the best of the best that's at the bottom. You do have some of the best of the best that's in the middle. You have some of the best that is at the top. Okay. And the thing is, guys, okay, for a long time, a lot of people have been oppressed, okay, and suppressed and depressed, okay, um, by a society that um, that at the end of the day is not fair to them, okay, and we live in a world where what's the idea, right? Well, life ain't fair, but see, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Like, I think that's the saying. And so sometimes life just isn't fair. So you have a lot of people who their insecurities are coming to the surface, and all the things that they thought made them valuable, they thought made them important, they thought made them superior, right? All that was stripped from them, okay? And in a matter of figuratively seconds, right? And so the thing is, you know, they're fighting like crazy in order to preserve their illusion of superiority. Okay. Now, I know a lot of times, I I speak in parables to a certain degree, and I speak encrypted a lot, and you really have to have an ear, give me an ear, okay, to be able to understand and read in between the lines of what I say. Um, you know, but with this, I do want to make this clear. I'm not talking about any specific race or anything like that. I'm talking about people in general, no matter what your race or your color is, okay? Um, there's people of all colors, okay, who live by what I'm describing right now, who think that because of maybe a societal status, the status that was given to them, and they, to some degree, they may have earned it. Some people have earned what they have. Some people have inherited what they have. Okay, and so what can you say, right? But one way or another, there's people who are scratching and clawing now because, like I said, those insecurities are being brought to the surface, and they feel like they're losing what makes them better than the next man. Okay, and then they have to really look themselves in the mirror now and say, okay, who am I really? Like, all those insecurities come to the surface. Am I really a superior person? Am I really better than this person next to me? Okay, because guess what? Now, if you got put out of work, right, it's a lot of people who pride themselves on whatever their job was or job is, right? And then they'll look down upon other people, thinking that they're better than other people because they might have a particular type of job, right, that pays a particular type of money and things of that nature. And these are the things that they think make them better than other people. Okay, um, so you could have you can have a short, fat black guy with bald head, with a bald head, but he may be the CEO of Apple or something like that, right? And he may make um, $10 million a year, okay? And he may be dumb as a doorknob, no substance, probably couldn't have a hold a 5-minute conversation about anything other than, say, the company, okay? And yet and still, that person may think he's better than a person who might have a beautiful mind, a great mind, who's very intelligent, who can talk to you about many different things, and very well versed. And that person may be handsome, and that person may be, funny and charming, anything like that, right? But that person may be unemployed, okay, and they may only have $5 in their bank account. But who's truly the more valuable, the better person, okay? Because that CEO could have inherited that job, okay? He could just be, you know how they say it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, things like that. So the thing is, guys, there's a lot of politics and things like that that play into our current society. And so I think it's good to see these things, to kind of see these things happening, because it evens the playing field and it gives people a chance to really go within, okay, and really question who they are and their values, and what they bring to the table as an individual, okay, as opposed to being too caught up into societal, what the status that society has given you, and the construct that you have set up for yourself, pertaining to yourself, okay, within your mind, about who you actually are, okay. And now I know I'm kind of, I know this is supposed to be about universal basic income, and this does have something to do with it. So that's just universal basic income is a segue. I always try to, infuse my videos with some kind of wisdom and substance. Besides just maybe the actual topic. But okay, so with universal basic income, if you lost your job, like I said, if you lost, some people are threatening to lose their businesses, their homes, vehicles, all these things. The thing is, now guys, I'm not saying I want to see anybody lose any of those things, but what I'm saying is we gotta look at this thing from a bigger picture, and spiritually, a lot of those things that I just named, or those things that I just named, are many of the things that people put too much of their self-worth in, right? Oh, look at me, I have a certain type of car. And I'm not saying, when I say this is not an attack to people who drive nice cars and who have nice things and stuff like that. It's a bigger picture. Nobody take these things personally. It's enough people out here who need to hear this, okay? But so let's say it's a lot of people, right, who their self-worth is based off of what? Look at the car I drive. Look at the house I live in. Look at the job I have. Look at my bank statement. This, that, and the third. And these are all things that can be taken away from you at the drop of a dime. Okay. Even people who are superficial when it comes to things that really are a part of them. So say it's people who are very attractive. Who at least that's something that's a part of you that's not false. That's not a false. Not a false materialistic thing. But even your beauty can be taken from you, right? I think about in the Bible, I think I believe there's a biblical story about the Most High taking the reason why a lot of so-called African American women have shorter hair, right? Is because he did something where to strip their pride, because a lot of women, their pride is their hair, okay? And so where he took the hair from them, or the ability to grow long, flowy hair, because that's what they pride themselves on, okay? And so it's the same thing. A lot of people, the things that have been taken from them, or that's being threatened to take away from them, it's going to bring those insecurities to the surface and make them really go within themselves to figure out who they are. It's going to force you to do the work now, okay? The spiritual work, okay? And another thing is, sometimes people just, and this is from a standpoint of people who want control of everything, or like if you've been a spoiled child. I think about like of a spoiled child, where that child has just been so catered to and so spoiled and felt so entitled for so long, to where once you try to take anything from that child, whether it's to benefit the child, for you to take something away from them, they just want to fight you tooth and nail just because they're spoiled and obnoxious and they want things their way, even if it's to their detriment. So I could tell the child, don't go jump off that building, because you're going to hit the ground and splatter and die probably, you know, break a bunch of limbs and things like that. And then that person may have never even thought they to do that, right? But just out of defiance, just because they don't want somebody else or a certain person telling them what to do, they'll go jump off of it to their own detriment. Make sense? So, and then next thing you know, you're on the ground. You know how the cartoons and stuff look. Then now you're on the ground looking like a swastika sign, with your arms going two different directions and your legs going two different directions. You know, so the thing is, guys, it'll give universal basic income will give people a chance to really explore life and really be able to express themselves on this plane like you're supposed to. Okay, so you won't always be so overconsumed with having to work all the time and do things to just survive, because you're going to die anyway. So now you could be able to be more expressive down here. Okay, guys. You know, so that's a good way of looking at it. Okay, plus it levels the playing field over time, because now people will stop you know, these societal these caste systems that we have in society, you know, will be all that'll be wiped away, because the slate will be clean. You're no better than him, because you get the same amount of money he get. You get the same. Nobody will be able to be greedy and things of that nature, and then think that they're better than someone else because of the things that you shouldn't be valuing when it comes to who is better, if you do want to believe that one person is better than the next. um yeah, guys, I'll probably go further into this on another video, but I'm gonna just leave it right there for now. It's something to think about. All right, peace.